I'm Nova, and this is my mom, Judy.
Hello.
And welcome to our reaction channel. And today we are reacting to Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 7. And so I've already seen Game of Thrones, for anyone that's joining us for the first time. But of course my mom has not, so she's brand new. Well, I guess not really brand new anymore. We're on Episode 7.
Right.
But still pretty new to Game of Thrones. And before we start our reaction, if you want to go take a tea in a second, you can go on and click that love letter subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. I'll post a schedule in the description box down below so you know which reactions we're doing which days. Also, I have a Patreon, so if you want the full-length reaction to our shortened reactions, you can go check out my Patreon, link to in the description box down below. And I also have a collection of other channels, so if you want extra content from me, you can go check that out. Also in the description box down below. Okay, so last episode, we had a very long discussion, one of our longest ones since episode 1. But the nice thing is, last episode, I wasn't blabbering on to my poor mama the entire time. She was actually into it and like legitimately discussing. Because you weren't super tired.
Right.
Which makes a big difference in my poor mom. So we had a big revelation. Nettie Pie read something in a book. And what did he read? What did he find out?
That all of Robert's sons have black hair except for Joffrey.
And what does that mean?
That means it's not his son.
And
More
who-
than likely. The
More
twinnies.
It is the twinnies.
The twinnies, which is my theory all along.
Yeah, that was her theory. She came up with a theory in episode 2. So, you know, props to you. Because like I said, not everyone gets it right off the bat. So, but yeah, lots of us have happened, but you know, that was probably the biggest thing. So let's just get right into this next episode.
Okie dokie.
Unless there's anything you want to discuss.
Nope.
Because I don't remember. Oh my god. You guys, my earbuds are being stupid. Okay, let's go. Tywin, his dad. Daddy Lannister.
That's hard to watch.
It's
Sorry.
an actual, real sad
Don't
character.
act like
He was already dead.
fools. He's a Lannister. Might be the lowest of the Lannisters, but he's one of us. And every day that he remains a prisoner, the less our name commands respect.
Nice dad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really from this story I heard, apparently he really was skinning a real deer. They gave the actor like one lesson and then he went off and did it.
You're in pain.
Your brother? Or your lover?
Came into this world together, we belong together.
I don't know if
Yes,
that's how
and
that
so-
works, Cersei.
Go as far away as you can. With as many men as you can. Because wherever you go, Robert's wrath will follow you.
I'm one of my wrath, Lord Stark. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win, or you die. There is no middle ground.
Do you think Ned should have talked to Cersei?
Like, why give her the upper hand and tip her off?
Right?
Seems kind of silly.
Oh god, okay, I just gotta say, here's one of the most infamous scenes in all of Game of Thrones. Just telling you right now. Telling you right now.
Okay.
It's known as a sex position scene. Oh my god, it's kind of uncomfortable, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, very infamous.
Go ahead.
I remember when I first watched this, I was like, what is the point of this scene? Like, what is the point? Other than, you know.
Bring you over.
No, yes. Okay, that's over with.
Thank God.
It's called sex position because Peter tells his backstory a little bit but then, you know, they utilize sex for him to essentially tell his backstory, and a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it.
What's that got to do with you? If your father's Lord, how can you be Lord too?
I will be Lord after my
So
father.
you're not Lord now?
No, you... you having a
Got
go?
you there, Theon.
That's it.
Yeah, Theon trying to be all like, get his power trip on.
Chances are I won't be near.
Oh, back to the wall. It's been a couple episodes.
How could you stand so close to the
Oh,
edge?
I don't know. Of course you do, Theo.
Talking to them, I never talk to them.
I know, I'm
Don't you
scared.
miss girls?
I'm afraid I'd slip
I know.
and fall. You got Cole looking at the
Right,
stuff.
I know.
The hall.
Is that, well,
We
probably.
have to go to the hall.
Subconsciously.
Why so long?
I did, I got cold all of a sudden. Is it a horse?
Yeah, it's just a horse.
Where's my uncle?
Not on the horse.
How would he know?
Ned!
Right?
It's Robert. We were hunting a bull.
Sorry.
Be a father.
Well, I mean, Joffrey really thinks that, you know, Roman's
Well, yeah.
dead, of course.
He doesn't know any different.
Ugh. Ugh.
Stinks. Stinks like death. That's all of you.
Of course, she's worried. Robert, that Ned's gonna tell Robert. That's on your ear.
You'll rule now. You'll hate it worse than I did. You'll do it well.
Ned's like, this is not what I want.
I know.
Like, this is the opposite of what I want.
King Robert Baratheon, murdered by a pig. Give me something for the pain.
This Squire. Lannister boy.
Such a dutiful boy to make sure his grace did not lack refreshment. I do hope the poor lad does not blame himself.
Varys is like, I'm spelling it out for you. Yes, now they're all cutesy. It's like,
However you happen. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'll seek out the merchant captain, see if he has any letters for me.
Well, I'll come with you.
No, don't trouble yourself. Enjoy the market.
So let's keep those letters secret. Poison. I think I'd rather just drunk the wine and poisoned and died.
oh, instead of being caught by the Dothraki.
Tortured. Probably, right?
Right?
Is the steward's life for me?
His honor and being
Oh, Sam.
Not much, really. But there's food.
Sam looking on the bright side.
Could you sing me a song, Pip? I'd like to hear a song.
I always wanted to be a ranger.
I always wanted to be a wizard.
You can't always get what you want.
Oh, I'm serious. So you'll stay and say you work with me.
You have odd notions about protecting the realm.
Stannis is your older brother.
This isn't about the bloody line of succession. That didn't matter when you rebelled against the Mad King. It shouldn't matter now. What's best for the kingdom?
Good point.
What's best for the people we rule?
Do you think Ned should have listened to Renly?
You are now Hand of the King and Protector of the Realm. All of the power is yours. You need only reach out and take it. Make peace with the Lannisters. Brave Stannis, and if Joffrey seems likely to cause problems when he comes into his throne, we simply reveal his little secret and seat Lord Renly there instead. You'll need someone to share these burdens, I assure you. My price would be modest.
Pierre's like, I'm more than happy to.
You suggest is treason?
Only if we lose.
No, that's a good point.
The man who pays them.
It's like, that would be me for the record.
I shall live and die at my post. I am the sword
That's
of the
sad.
darkness. I am the watcher on the walls. I am the shield that guards from the realm of men. I
Like, we're men now. We're men of the Night's Watch.
God's be good.
The hand.
Nice ghost.
Kalasar rides, he'll be leashed to the saddle and forced to run behind the horses
Oh.
for as long as he can.
And when he falls?
Sorry, I was just imagine this big tube like looking at you like that. That'd be terrifying. Oh, he's pissed. It's like, you tried to kill my wife. She looks so turned on. Well, maybe not for that, but you know.
I know, that would be a sucky way to die.
And like you were saying, you should have just drank the poison.
Oh, I know.
King Robert is gone. The gods give him rest.
Our little prince ain't so much a prince anymore.
But I thought he wasn't supposed to be king.
Well, he's not. And I was like, you should not be sitting up there right now.
Is this meant to be your shield, Lord Stark? A piece of paper.
Those were the king's words.
We have a new king.
of the watch.
I want no bloodshed. Tell your men to lay down their swords. No one needs to die.
I did warn you not to trust me.
Not much of a reaction this episode. This
No,
go
but
around.
it's kind of, I mean, not confusing, but kind of like, whew, if you had to really be paying
Yeah,
attention.
there's a lot. This is definitely one of the more like, episodes, huh?
Yeah, you gotta really be paying attention on what the heck was going on.
Well, let me see the video and we'll talk about it.
To just
Explain everything.
Explain a little bit.
Okay, discussion time.
My old brain.
So my poor mama, so this episode, she is legitimately poor this time. Because this episode, she didn't have as much of a reaction as maybe past episodes because you were left a little bit confused.
Yeah, well, and the dog was irritating me.
Yeah, our dog, so sorry about you guys, our dog, oh my god, he had to really go outside and use the bathroom. So since I've already seen the show, I had to run up and let him out so that way I didn't have to pause it and... You know, but he was kind of distracting, I think, both of us for a bit.
Yeah.
So, and it was more of a heavy episode. You know, it wasn't so much like bam, bam. It was more like, it was like more discussions and plotting type stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning and work our way through.
Okay, you just help me. Don't ask
Totally.
questions.
So we met, well, I
meant like, what is that? Because I was confused.
Well, so we met Tywin first. Tywin
Yes.
Lannister. Dany Lannister. So what do you make of him? First impressions of Tywin. He's skinning the stag.
Yeah, that was, being a vegan, that was hard to watch.
Yeah, I'm vegan.
But yeah, well, you know, I mean, I guess the apples don't fall far from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at his kids and I'm looking at him, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he made it kind of clear that, yeah, it was funny when he talks about Tyrion. He's like, because Jaime was like, wow, I'm surprised you care so much about Tyrion.
Right.
And Tywin's like pretty much admitted that it's not so much I care about him, it's just that he's a Lannister.
Right.
And he's like, I don't want our name needs to command fear.
Right.
And respect. If they think they can get away with just stealing him, kidnapping him, then that means they don't fear us.
Right.
He was not too happy. Tywin
No.
was pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the next scene, we get to Cersei and Ned. So Ned warns her. He said...
That was stupid.
Yeah.
I thought.
Because he warns her and says, I know what's up. You gotta get out of here before I tell Robert. So I'm assuming you think that he should not have told her.
No.
Yeah, I agree. He should have told her. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why. It's Ned. He's honorable.
Right.
He thinks I'm gonna be kind and honorable and give her the benefit of the doubt. Like,
right.
But then that's what Cersei said. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There's no middle ground.
Right.
So, but I did like Cersei's story. How she said when she first married Robert, like 17 years ago, she was excited to marry him. Because that's when Robert was in his prime. He was younger, he was still in shape and stuff.
Right,
he was just like, he was this man who had just won this massive war, became king. Of course she wanted to marry him. She was excited to. And then he crawled into bed the wedding night and whispered Lyanna in her ear. Her own name. And I think from then on, Cersei probably, I'm assuming, put up a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do kind of feel Cersei for her a little bit. Just in that case. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to talk again about that good old sexposition scene.
No, I don't care to talk about.
Well, no.
Unless you just want to tell me about Littlefinger, but
I'm going to tell you about Littlefinger.
Just that's all I need.
Well, that's why it's called sexposition, because Peter Littlefinger, he's telling exposition. He's telling his backstory. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I think, maybe some of you think fortunately, I think unfortunately, the writers felt the need to add the sex scene in, which was never in the books.
It was too distracting.
It was too distracting.
I couldn't even pay attention to what he was saying, to be honest with you.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Because the first time I watched this, I did not pay attention to what he said at all. It was too distracting. And the thing is, and we'll talk about what he said, I'll explain to you, but it's funny because there are two creators for the show. And one of them thinks that, funny enough, sex can be kind of distracting. And the other one thinks that, no, you need more sex to keep people's attention span. I think it's too distracting because I personally, and it's infamous. A lot of people do have a problem that they use sex in that scene. Because it takes away completely from what he's saying and only focus on what the girls are doing.
Or trying to not even focus on any of it.
Or not even trying to focus because, like I said, that's definitely one of their most pornographic scenes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyway, so what Peter was talking about. So Peter was telling more about his backstory. So, you know how we know, as you said, as you kind of figured out, he, has been in love with Kat.
Right.
So, Peter's backstory was that when he grew up with Kat and Lysa, Kat and Lysa, they would kind of play games with him and, and whatnot. And Robert, excuse me. And Peter, I know he's younger than Kat. I don't know if he's younger than Lysa or if him and Lysa are the same. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But he's definitely at least a couple years younger than Kat. But he's always had a crush on her. Well, so then when she was betrothed to marry Ned's older brother Brandon, and Kat was smitten with Brandon and all that good stuff. Well, so Peter decided to challenge Brandon to a duel in Kat's honor. For her hand or whatever the heck. And Brandon was like, oh, okay. And he's this big dude and Littlefinger's this tiny little guy. And so they fight and Brandon gives them the nice big scars Peter's mentioned before for navel to call her.
Right, I heard him say that.
Yeah. And the only reason that Brandon stopped was because Kat stopped him from killing Littlefinger because she still cared for him, but as brother. But then of course Brandon died and she married Ned, so but that's pretty much all that Peter talked about.
Okay.
His backstory, which I think it's stupid that. I mean, granted, funny enough though, and I don't remember everything else he added after that, but I think that the reason they might have done that was just to show how maybe much power he thinks he has. Like him commanding those girls. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be symbolic. I'm not really sure, but anyway. Oh yeah, and then that funny scene between Theon and Osha. And Osha's the name of, I don't know if they said her name yet, but she's the wildling woman that they captured in the north. I don't know if they actually said her name, but anyway, her name's Osha. And I just thought it was funny that Theon's trying to get a power trip, and she's just like, but you're not a lord. He's like, call me my lord. And she's like, but if your dad's a lord, how can you be a lord too? I just think that's funny. Anyway. So then up north, Uncle Benjen's horse, his horse came back, but Uncle Benjen didn't.
Right.
So, guesses. Where do you think Uncle Benjen is? Do you think he's coming back? Do you think he's not?
I don't know. Was that his hand they So I don't know. Either.
Oh yeah, because Ghost found his hand.
But that doesn't mean he's dead, just because that's his hand. So hard to say. I don't know.
We don't know if it's his hand.
Yeah, and we don't know if he's dead or if he's
Mm-hmm.
being held someplace or something. So I guess we'll find out.
Because then also up north, John and Sam, they took their oaths. They're now men of the Night's Watch. And
Excuse me.
Sam was telling, because John at first had his ego taken down a peg.
Right.
When they're like, John to the steward, and John was like, excuse me, I'm supposed to be a ranger.
Right.
But then Sam was like, no, because it's the commander. He's trying to train you for command. That's why he wants his personal steward. So Sam's always good about, helping put John in perspective. Because I think John is, is a little hard-headed sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then poor Robert bit the dust. Are you surprised that he died in this episode?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, he got, hurt by the boar or whatever. I didn't think he was going to die. And I was like, no, he's dying. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
And then he's gone by the end of the episode.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't really expecting that. So that was,
No tears for poor Robert.
No. No reaction.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because, I don't feel much for him either, I'll be honest. Right, so he...
Excuse me. Sorry.
So he says to Ned, okay, you're going to be essentially temporary king, pretty much.
Right.
Until Joffrey comes of age.
Right.
Do you think that was smart? Or do you think... it's kind of a leading question. Do you think Robert should have... when he had Ned write the letter saying that Ned, you're going to be my temporary king, whatever that... Do you think they should have had an audience for that?
Oh, I would have.
I would have too.
I know, I would have too. At least one other person in there.
Exactly.
Or a couple people, I know.
It surprises me that Robert thinks it's smart to have it just be Ned. I mean, I guess it's because he wants to maybe say goodbye to Ned or what, but it's like...
I know, I was thinking that too. You always want to have extra witnesses.
Yeah,
I know, that did cross my mind.
Yeah.
Except that, yeah, that's not going to probably go over well with that being the two of them.
Okay, well, hold on. So before we talk about that, let me just talk really quickly about, the Dany storyline, and then we'll get to all the big colossal stuff that happened
right there at the end, yeah.
So let's talk about Dany really quick and Jorah. So Jorah gets a pardon. He gets the pardon saying, okay, you're free to return back home.
Right.
Because again, for spy work, he had been doing on Dany. But then Dany is threatened with poison, and Jorah decides to save her instead of let her die.
Right.
Why do you think he did that? Why do you think he saved her? Because realistically, he should have let her die. That's what the assassins were sent for, to kill her. And that was his pardon, giving them information where she is, so that way she could die.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he does care for her, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe just more like a brother or father type care for her. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because
unless he doesn't really want to go back there, so maybe he figures he'd rather just stay or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Go, I guess maybe time will tell.
Yeah.
And so then obviously Khal Drogo was pissed at this dude for almost killing his moon of my life, I think is what he called her.
I don't remember what he called her.
Which, let's be real, it's kind of like sickeningly cute. Anyway, yeah, and now he's gifted this present to their kid, saying we'll go take the Iron Throne pretty much. Do you? Okay, so I kind of asked this about Viserys, but would you want Dany and Drogo to go over to King's Landing and take the throne?
Compared to who?
Just compared to who's sitting on it now, I guess.
Who's on Joffrey?
Yeah. But you know how I asked if you wanted Viserys to take back the throne, you were kind of like, I don't really know. Would you want Dany and Drogo to do it? Because now that Viserys is gone, realistically, if they took back the throne, it presumably would be them on the throne.
I guess I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, I guess...
You don't care. She does not care. Well, let's just see it.
It doesn't really matter.
Let's just see it.
It's just a show. It's not like I'm really partial to, whatever. Well, definitely not Joffrey, but, we'll see how that plays out.
You should see it in a few seasons if you're singing the same tune. Who knows? No, okay. Okay, I think that was it for the dance drill. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah. So let's get to that big colossal, whatever the heck was going on. Okay, so let me help explain stuff. So before Robert dies, Renly comes to Ned and says, okay.
That's his brother.
Yes, Renly's the youngest brother.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, Ned, before Robert dies, we need to go and take Joffrey away from Cersei, and because if we have him in our control, we'll, you know, have the most power in all of the kingdoms, right? It'll be good. We'll be fine. That's what we need to go do right now.
So when he meant take him until he got old enough to be king, does Renly know that Joffrey's?
I don't think Renly knows that.
Well, who would be king then?
Ned.
Until Joffrey became of age.
I'm assuming
that's what Renly was still thinking.
I think that's what Renly was thinking.
But he wanted to like Ned to mold him and Renly to mold him.
I think so.
Not Cersei.
I think so. Yeah, I just really thought about that. Yeah, I don't think he meant like let's kill him or something. I think he just meant we'll just keep him away from his mom. Yeah, we'll mold him pretty much.
But then why were they talking about Stannis, the older brother?
Okay. Oh yeah. So Ned brought up Stannis, from what I remember, because Ned.
Right, but Ned was telling Renly that Stannis should be the heir.
Yeah, because in terms of brothers, it's Robert's the eldest, Stannis, and then Renly.
Right.
Right. So if Joffrey.
Oh, because he's not of age.
Well, no. Okay. No. You don't make sense. Let's go back.
Okay.
No. Okay. So Ned, as you know, he knows that Joffrey ain't.
Right. I know
Robert's
that.
kid. So, but no one else knows.
Right.
So Ned doesn't want Joffrey to sit on the throne at all because he knows Joffrey ain't his kid. He's not in line of succession. So Ned brought up Stannis because Stannis, technically, if we're going by bloodline, would be the next in line.
Right.
So that's why Ned brought up Stannis. So in Ned's mind, that's why he wrote down heirs, instead of your son, because realistically, Ned wants Stannis to be on the throne next.
But the thing is, but in Renly's mind, how could Stannis be if Joffrey's going to be? Because if he doesn't know Joffrey's not...
Well, he doesn't want Stannis. Renly never wanted Stannis.
I know. Oh, so that's why he's mad that... So was Renly thinking that Ned said, oh, let's get Stannis until Joffrey becomes of age?
Oh man, I don't know. I never thought of it that way.
Well, because how could Stannis do it if Joffrey? Okay, just pretend it's Joffrey because no one knows, right?
Yes.
So in everyone's mind, it's Joffrey because no one knows, right?
Yes.
So how would that have worked? So, I mean, in Ned's mind, Ned was thinking Stannis, but in everyone else's mind, it has to be Joffrey.
Yes.
So, wouldn't Renly have wondered what the hell you're talking about? That's what I'm saying. Was Ned meaning like, oh, let's get Stannis until Joffrey becomes of age, pretending that?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's a good point. Never thought about that before.
So that's why I got like super confused.
Or it could be that Renly just didn't think of it because he was panicking that his brother was going to die and that the king was going to die and that this whole colossal shift's going to happen. That he maybe didn't even notice Ned's words.
Okay, so that was confusing.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch this scene. I don't remember exactly what they said, but yeah, I really don't know. I mean, that's the thing, because in Ned's mind, it's let's get Stannis on, Joffrey not at all.
Right. I get that, but no one else knows that.
That's true.
Okay, so move to the next plot.
I guess people would have just... See, I don't know. I really don't know, because that's clearly not how it's going to turn out. So I really don't know the answer.
Well, unless Stannis shows up, because he sent that letter off to him.
He did. He sent the letter off to Stannis,
And I'm sure in the letter he probably told Stannis about Joffrey not being the real heir.
Totally.
I'm assuming he put it in that. That's why he said only give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming he told him.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Renly just didn't pay attention to his words, because even Renly was probably like, from what I remember, maybe like, why are you bringing Stannis into this? What has Stannis to do with any of this?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think he did say that.
I think he did.
So he was confused too. So that's probably why. Okay.
So yeah, so I think Renly would have been like, what's Stannis to do with this? Let's just take Joffrey away from his mom. Let's mold him. We'll hold the most power, and then there we go.
Okay. So now we'll move on to the next piece.
Okay. So the next piece was Peter, Littlefinger.
Yeah.
So Littlefinger. Or shoot.
Oh,
Ned. Ned called Littlefinger. So Ned asked Littlefinger to come to him.
Right.
And Ned, and this was tough for Ned, as Peter said, because it's kind of, in a way, dishonorable. In a way, I don't know. And Ned's like, okay, I want you to pay the Gold Cloaks, which is the City Watch. Like, which is the City Watch is just King's Landing's, like, they're like police.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. They're like, yeah, the police at King's Landing. He's like, I want you to pay the Gold Cloaks or the City Watch. And they're called City Watch, but they wear Gold Cloaks. So
Okay.
call them whichever. I want you to pay them, you know, and because I don't have enough Northmen, enough of my own men here to keep me safe, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to pay for these men and whatnot. And Littlefinger's like, yeah, sure. He's like, they work for the people who pay them.
Right. And he told Littlefinger that Joffrey wasn't the rightful heir.
Did he?
Which I don't think Littlefinger seemed shocked.
Did he tell him? I don't quite remember. He probably did.
I thought he did.
I don't remember. I think he probably. Well, do you think Littlefinger would be surprised by that?
That's what I'm saying. He probably wasn't. He didn't seem
probably wasn't
shocked.
surprised, yeah. Littlefinger seems like he's planning for everything.
Oh yeah, because did Ned talk about the bastard sons or all the rightful heirs?
Well, and he got a lot of info from Littlefinger. Littlefinger fed him a lot of info.
Right, so Littlefinger already knew.
He probably knew.
Yeah.
Him and Varys probably knew. Because those two
Who's Varys?
Ball dude.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them are sneaky sneaks, so they probably knew.
Yeah, okay. So Littlefinger then double-crossed Ned. At
Exactly.
the end there. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ned shows up in the throne room.
Okay.
And
his letter.
With his letter, and he sees Joffrey on the throne. And because you were like, but Joffrey's not supposed to be. Well,
But no one knows that.
no one knows that.
Right.
So everyone thinks, okay, Joffrey's going to be sit on the throne. So she's like, putting him on the throne. But Ned comes in, he's like, no, here's this letter from Robert. And he gives it to Sir Barristan because he's like, no one would think Sir Barristan's not telling the truth when he reads the letter. Barristan's like, okay, I read the letter, and Joffrey, you know, Ned's gonna be temporary king until Joffrey comes of age, and Joffrey's not. I just see the look on his face. He was like, he was like, Mom. He looks at his mom like, what's going on, Mom? It was funny. And of course, Cersei's like, is this your armor, a piece of paper, and rips it up.
Right.
You know, and my God, Sir Barristan's hilarious. He's like, but those were the king's words. Those were the king's words. And she's just like, do I care? And so
he's dead. We have a new king. That's exactly what she said.
Right. And so Sir Barristan starts to walk towards Ned, and Ned's like thinking, okay, these are the City Watch behind me. I have the control here. I have more men in this room right now. He's like, don't hurt Sir Barristan. Don't hurt any of these guys. Okay, I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna get this under control pretty much. And then I don't know who this is. Cersei.
Somebody started stabbing.
Someone started. Then what happened is the Gold Cloaks, who Ned thought were helping him, turned around and stabbed his Northmen.
Right.
And then Littlefinger comes up, pulls his dagger, and says, I did warn you not to trust me.
Right.
So Littlefinger double-crossed him at the end, because like Littlefinger said, the Gold Cloaks work for the men who pay them. And Littlefinger paid them. So who knows what Littlefinger's agenda is.
Right.
But he did double-cross Ned at that moment. So Joffrey's sitting on the throne, Robert's dead, Littlefinger double-crossed Ned, and Ned probably might be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we left off. Yeah, it was a lot. I could tell. I could see you in the camera, and I thought, "Oh, she doesn't. There's not gonna be much reaction for me to edit this time, you guys."
No. Well, and then going back to just to make sure I understood. So, the Lannister dad,
Tywin.
Yeah, when he was telling the Twinny,
Jamie,
to like go. Didn't he tell him basically to take a bunch of men and go
yeah.
Now it wasn't to Kat's where she lives now, but to her homeland.
Yeah, the Riverlands where she grew up.
Okay, and do something, terrorize something.
Oh shoot! Maybe just like siege the place. Maybe.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what he said. I don't remember what he said.
But something like okay.
But yeah, he told Jamie, send all your men. I don't know, these like 30, 50,000.
To let them basically make a statement that no one messes with the land. Okay.
Exactly. Set them to the Riverland.
So I'm assuming that's going to be coming up or showing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. This episode's one of the least action-packed, and it's probably one of the more subtle, conniving political.
Yeah, you gotta really pay attention.
So sorry guys if she doesn't have as much of a reaction this episode, just because again it is such a, you really have to pay attention to what they're saying, what they're saying, excuse me. Yeah, so there isn't as much like action drama in it. Yeah, it's all very like
shady, pay attention.
Like shady deals under the table.
Right?
Yeah. So, and you didn't really necessarily care for Robert that much. You didn't have much of a reaction to him dying.
Oh, no, yeah.
Well, and the thing is, they don't even show him dying. They're just like, oh, he died.
Yeah.
So we don't even see him like,
Right.
you know. That was funny though. Do you feel for Joffrey though when he sees his quote unquote dad dying? Like,
Well, yeah, because he's a kid. I mean,
kid,
you know, he still, you know, thinks that's his real dad, and you know, he obviously loves him as a dad, and you know, sad to see him die. You know, so it just shows he does have a little bit of a heart.
Yeah. So how do you think Joffrey's? So if Joffrey's sitting on the throne, how do you think Joffrey's gonna make him a king?
Oh my God.
Prediction.
Well, his mom's gonna tell him everything to do and say he's not, you know, old enough to, doesn't have the maturity to be able to make decisions. You know, so it's basically gonna be Cersei and her brother basically dictating, and he'll just do whatever they tell him. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 So you know, fortunately, well, because that's the thing.
Till Stannis shows up.
You think Stannis is gonna show up?
Yeah.
Take the Iron Throne?
Well, yeah, because I don't know why they would keep talking about if he's not going to show up at some point.
Yeah, good point. That is a very good point. It's a good point. You're so smart. You're just like, this is so obvious. You're like, they're giving me all the clues, you guys. It's so obvious.
Well, sometimes not always. But.
Yeah, not always. Yeah. Oh, because the funny thing is, because like I said, I had read the books first, but I'll be honest with you guys, because I was like 16 when I read the books, so I spaced out a lot when I read them. And I've only read the book series one time through. I don't remember a lot of what happened in the books. I rewatched the show more often than not. So when I got to this episode in the show, I was so confused out of my mind, despite having read the books. because I got confused. All the conversations. I didn't understand what Littlefinger was doing. I didn't understand why Renly was like, let's take Joffrey, let's get out of it. Like, I didn't understand any of that. Yeah, so do you think...
And then Renly's like, I'm out of here now.
Yeah, Renly was like, shoot, man, if Ned's not going to help, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to be around for this.
So do you think Ned should have put aside his honor and done what Renly had suggested?
Well, I think Ned just figured Robert's word was going to be
law, was going to
be law, and he was going to, you know...
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of gullible?
Well, because Ned's just, he's such a... I mean, it's a good thing to be a man of honor, but sometimes...
Bites in the butt.
It does, because some people don't honor. So.
You don't fight with honor. No, but he did.
Yeah, right?
He didn't kill and fall through a moon door.
So I think that's kind of Ned's downfall a little bit sometimes. You know, because he's just kind of, you know...
He's a good man.
He is, and he just thinks everyone should be that way. And
I think I think not that everyone should be that way. I do think he thinks everyone is that way.
Yeah. Okay, well, Robert signed it, so it is, and you know.
And you have Littlefinger being like, I did warn you not to trust me. Because he did. He specifically was like, distrusting me was the smartest thing you've done since you stepped into King's Landing.
Yeah. So, anyway, time will tell.
Yeah. Yep, so definitely, like I said, so not as much of a reaction type episode. This is more of I think, a discussion type episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Well, I do hope you guys enjoyed the reaction.
Sorry.
It's okay. I do hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, but I also hope you guys enjoyed the discussion of this episode. Well, I hope you enjoy them all the time. The reactions and the discussion. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, if you want the full-length reaction or reactions to our different, Game of Thrones or Vikings and the other shows we do, you can go check out my Patreon. Again, link to in the description box down below. You can click that little subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, post some nice comments, maybe discuss amongst yourselves about the show, post some nice likes, whatever the heck. And like I said, I have extra, I do other YouTube channels, so again, if you want extra content from me on a daily basis, you can go, again, in the description box, link to them all. And yeah, I think that is it. I don't think I'm missing anything. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful day, and goodbye, my lovely Navigators.
Night.